Whoa. Working hard on my stump, what's the problem? I ain't had shit to show, being modest. Now it's grams of the wax for my conscience. Brian James in LA, you're on college. I've been jumping on them planes like a hobby. Still moving with the pack like my partners. Shut the John on them jets cause you wildin'. But the bowl is a party on the island, moment of silence. So good, get back to the topic. Grew up, it was me and Flocka. Grandma's and Big T, this my mama. I ain't even for the pain when my pots flip. Knew his name, that's it, never bothered. Mom said, you the man, son, you got this. Ever since I found a way to go and pop shit. Hold up, blaze through a whole zip. Took a seat at the table of my first flip. Days in red roof with my first whip. Spent the money with the gang, never post pics. Seen a change in the game, had to coach it. Never let them take my wangs in the mold, bitch. Ever made in a month, nigga. Used to serve him at the minute just to front, nigga. Goddamn. Had to grow up quick, I made my own rules. Had my first child, got it jumping with music. Can't really hang with nobody who losing. I thought by now that you would go and get it, but I could hardly see niggas as distant. Know you get cropped if you not in the picture. And I made that tag and went got a bag. Shots to the Henny and OG prescriptions, put rebel shit on the map. Took a leap from where I started at. Started ballin' now, Chris Paul and Cats. Got them steady calling for the mold, but I'm on a roll, gotta call him back. And that's all fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. All carry-on items should now be stowed securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. All aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should now be clear. All electronic devices should now be turned off and stowed, as they may interfere with the aircraft's navigational and communication systems. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you may use approved electronic devices, but note that some items may not be used at any time during the flight. You'll find a list of approved devices in the in-flight information section.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the Pocket Locker Podcast. I am your host with the most, all the way from the East Coast, and as always, good people, I am in airplane mode. All right. Good to see people here. Just finished up movie night. That was a success. Thanks again, Kyle, for looking out. What's up, Robin? We're gonna get back to working on this map. I'm hoping to finish this main area today, so we're gonna get back to that. I got a little bit of just YouTube going here to keep the mind occupied while we're doing things. So there's a couple different videos I might check out while we're doing this. I think I'm going to start with this MAGA Mike Johnson grinder story. Am I surprised? No. Do I already think MAGA Mike is a closeted person? You know, it's funny that the only that the conservatives, y'all, they're so stunted in their growth and personal development that the only type of sexuality that they're actually comfortable expressing in public is amosexuality. Do you know what I mean? You know how weird it is that these dudes will just like wear flag pit like AK-47 pins and just sort of openly carry boners about guns, but they're like the type of dudes that wouldn't kiss their wives in public. You understand what I'm saying to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you got to be out there letting your freak flag fly. I'm not saying you have to be, willing to do the crazy and the wild and public orgies or anything like that. But when you're the type of person that can just go crazy over a goddamn gun, but won't like pinch your wife's butt a little bit in public, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a problem. It's a problem. That's all I'm saying, gang.
Illegal aliens. Illegal aliens. Illegal aliens.
Illegal aliens.
Oh, so you want to blame illegal aliens?
Okay. I lied. They do also openly have a boner about illegal aliens and trans people. But my point remains. That just strengthened my point. My point is even stronger now. It's just adding to the list of things that you are weirdly fetishizing, which is conspicuous by its absence, that you don't just do like normal regular person like PDA with your spouse stuff. It's just like even the whole story with him and his son having the covenant eyes together. Like that's weird, dude. Do you understand what I'm saying to y'all? That's weird. Like you're supposed, like when you think about what unique things you and your father do, it's supposed to be like watching games together or listening to music, or like maybe, dad takes me out camping and like tells old weird war stories or something. Y'all know me and my dad, we play pinochle together, which means I actually go out and hang out with my dad's friends. Like my friends, my IRL homies are actually my dad's friend. But okay, so maybe that's a little unique, that's a little weird, but it's still in the right lane. It's still father and son playing cards, just regular human activities together. Nope, not MAGA Mike. His son is his porn accountability partner. And apparently they still can't, even that can't keep them off the gay dating apps, which again, like, hey, shine on, sunflower, shine on. But damn, like your son or your dad's gonna get an alert when you do something you ain't supposed to do on your phone, and you still okay.
Okay, that's what we do. You want to do the MAGA thing and blame illegal aliens. Was it illegal aliens that allegedly set up that phone when you had the Grinder app right next to Covenant Eyes?
Porn, Robin. Lies for Jeebus. You already know. Y'all already know what time it is. All right, gang.
Shout out to all the subscribers.
For those that don't remember, we made tremendous progress last night. We are building up our primary area, and it's going beautifully. But in crunch time, towards the end of the night, your boy fucked it up and had all the pods down here looking all types of raggedy. And we finally figured out it was an offset. So just wasted hours of my life. But that's what learning software is about. That's kind of why I'm out here with y'all, is to show y'all what the process is really like. I don't have mastered the software before I share it with y'all. I'm learning, and yeah, it's all good. You just kind of rock with it. There's going to be hiccups along the way. Also, I love the way my shit is organized because I love the layers and the groups and shit like that. But it also is getting kind of crazy, so we might revisit our organization. But right now, I fucked up, and if y'all look over here, when we was doing all of the craziness, I somehow like bulk filled in the impassable tiles. So now I can't even get into the pods at all. So we're gonna take care of that. That's our first order of business. I'm gonna show y'all how we fix that. You see, I can't even get into any of these spaces right now. And look, the idea, y'all, for those that don't know, is there's kind of these pods. We can expand them if we want. But basically what I'm thinking is like how everybody had their cubicles and gather that they customize. We'll do the same thing, except they'll be in these little groups of 4. So like, you'll kind of have your pod squad, and then each of them kind of has their own captain's room. They all have their own kind of conference room. And so I'm sure we'll all just gather together wherever we're hanging, but it'll be kind of like for each pod to at least have their own little spot. And if they want to customize it or whatever over time, we'll see how it goes. Or we can like expand the pods. But I think for now it'll be cool. Because right now it says like you can have up to 15 people in here at the same time. So with 4 pods of 4, that's like 16. So even if like 20, because there's these 2 other desks in each one too. So even if like 22 people all wanted to have their own cubicle, we'd be fine. And if more people wanted to, we could just add more cubicles. So I think it'll be fine. It'll work out well. But it also kind of gets to what I wanted before, which is to kind of form little micro communities within our community. So hopefully people will get in here and customize their spaces and stuff. I'm sure people will over time. All right. Just wanted to let y'all know what we're doing first. I'm gonna play the stream. We're getting into those unblockables.
Mike Johnson, it is a whole government shutdown. Where you been?
We're barreling
So what
towards
we
a
got to
shutdown.
do
All my
is
Democratic colleagues are
basically we're gonna hide most of these other groups. Do I want to hide? Yeah, I want to hide them because we have to see this collisions layer. That's where everything is, and that is why we can't get in there. Is because these blocks are everywhere. Because I just totally fucked that up. Well, what I think I can do though, I think I can just square select since I'm on that layer. Wait, I gotta get on that layer. Hang on. Collisions, yeah, get on that, select that layer. All right, then let's unlock just that layer. Let's lock everything else, just the collisions layer, and make sure everything else is locked. All right, then I think I can square select this piece. Oops, see, nope. What was that? Oh, because the collisions layer is unlocked, it can slide. Okay, yeah, let's hit the square select, make sure we got the right tool. Okay, there we go. That's like kind of with these programs. It's like, they work very quickly, which is awesome, but if you have the wrong thing, then it backfires fast. All right. So we're just gonna delete, right? And that'll delete all of those blocks. All right. Do the same thing here. Since we only had that layer selected, that's all that it did. Now what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna hit B, I think that goes to the stamp tool, this one. And then I'm going to control click one of these blocks. So now it's going to select the blocks. And now I'm going to go back and paint in the blocks where we actually want them.
here. I'm going to go search for my Republican colleagues. Republicans.
Oh, Republicans.
Y'all know there's a government shutdown. Republicans.
Y'all, this
Anyone
is
here?
so cute. This is so cute. I'm gonna give Shorty the spotlight for a minute. Y'all, I don't know what this Democratic Party is doing, y'all. I really don't understand. I really don't. I really can't even justify the shit. But yeah, they gotta try something. Y'all gotta start trying shit. Y'all gotta get fucking creative. So check this out. Oh, Republicans.
Down. Where you been?
We're barreling towards a shutdown. All my Democratic colleagues are here. I'm going to go search for my Republican colleagues. Republicans.
Oh, she put
Y'all know
on
there's a government
blast.
shutdown. Republicans. Anyone here?
Republicans, where are you? It's time to go
Sam
to work.
McBride, why you?
I thought didn't they say God created man for work? I think it sounds terrible. I really do think it sounds terrible. When I hear shit like that, y'all don't even understand me. Motherfuckers could talk about going to hell all day long, and 15 times on Sunday. Again, I'm watching wrestling, chilling, playing pinochle. We're drinking liquor, playing spades. Right, we're over in big kids land doing big kids thing. But something about the deep, avowed anti-capitalist in me, when I hear them motherfuckers say God created man for work, that is the shit that sends a shiver down my spine. That is what makes me think y'all motherfuckers have really, really lost the plot. I don't know what it is, y'all. It's just that work shit. It's so weird to me. You gotta understand, dog. Throughout most of history, work was the thing everybody understood you don't want to do. And, you did enough to get what you needed, or you did what you did for the man or whatever the fuck, but your purpose was to live. And then you have to realize the way this technology is headed, the shit is about to put all of us out of work. So I don't give a fuck if you got a job right now or not. It's easy for me to talk my shit because I don't have a full-time job. I'm looking for work. But whether you're employed or not, you got to understand they're coming for all of our jobs. So I think it's high time we start to think about what we want our economy and our lives to look like. Yeah, but these motherfuckers have no intention. Instead, they're just going to keep telling us our purpose is to work until the boss man with his robots and his AI puts us all out of fucking work, and then we're just standing around desolate, hungry, and bread lines looking at each other like, now what? Yeah, that's the shit that keeps me up.
Looking in the closet. What? Why would he be?
Oh, Republicans!
I don't know.
That was beautiful though.
We
Republicans,
ain't seen Mike
where
Johnson
are
since
you?
he got cleaned up by Madeline
Where
Dean.
are you?
The president is unhinged. He is unwell.
Your
are you
president.
doing?
on your
So yeah,
side
that's
are
kind of my
too,
thing. Is like they all about that work, but then when it's time to actually do work, and I keep telling people this: if you got to understand how power and money works. Do you think people do all this exploitation and bullshit to get in these positions of power so they can work harder than the rest of us? Please don't be that naive.
Oh my God, please. That performance in front of the generals, that
I didn't see it.
is so dangerous. You know I serve on foreign affairs and appropriations. This is a collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
I just left
You
the
have a
speaker's,
president who is,
I just
you have a
left
president who is unwell.
I don't know. Y'all like memes too. I seen the stuff y'all be posting come Cinco de Mayo. Y'all like sombreros. Mike Johnson. Mike, come on. I mean, really, we can't even have a serious discussion. Congressmen can't even have a serious discussion. And you wonder, because he seems distracted. You know what I mean? What's going on with Mike Johnson? What you got going on?
Hey, here's a message for Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Pay attention, bud. This is for Mike Johnson. If you're not Mike Johnson, you can keep scrolling or you can stay here and listen to what I have to say. Hey, Mike, you have until Wednesday to swear her in. Wednesday.
Wednesday, bro.
Or I will
Bro, we coming with them
release
receipts, bro.
your Grindr profile and your IP address. I bring receipts, bitch. You're not going to sit there and actively work against LGBTQ rights
You
and
said we
democracy.
releasing your whole
It is
Grindr
treason.
profile. I wanna see
Yeah,
how
I'm
this
calling
goes.
you out for treason. You have until Wednesday to swear her in and let democracy take its course, or I will release your Grindr profile and your IP address. Connects both to you, Mike.
How you
The
want to
choice is
do it, Mike?
yours. Do the right thing,
He said, how you want to do it, Mike?
because I'm petty. And I'm not above this
Ooh,
bullshit.
He said, how you want to
Well,
do it,
I'm glad
Mike?
I didn't keep scrolling. I'm glad I didn't keep scrolling. I'm
All right,
glad
we're gonna do
I
ours a little bit
stayed
different.
there
Let's see.
for the petty. Now, as far as swearing her
I
in,
gotta go
he's
back
talking
and hear what
about newly elected Angelita Grijalva of Arizona, who they are
Sorry about
slow
that, y'all. When I go in
walking,
and out of the
introducing
different work adventure spaces, it stumbles the audio a little bit.
into Congress because she would represent the 218th vote to release
All right,
the
Kyle.
Epstein files. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. These are the kinds of things, the kinds of decisions that you need to make sure these things stick with those that are suppressing transparency about the nastiest of work. That is number one. And also, by the way, we do have a comp because they just swore somebody in. I believe it was, did she say same week or same day? A Republican that was elected. So nice try on that one. So given that fact, Mike Johnson, how much sympathy or empathy do you want me to feel for you in this moment when that's what we're actively doing? This part we don't know. He says that he is, but this part we actually know. So given that we know that this is how you're moving with regards to Rep. Grijalva and the Epstein files, I wonder if people would take that under advisement with regards to, I don't know, your Grindr profile. Mike Johnson on Grindr would be the least surprising thing in history. Are you? Oh, it's another comment? Nah, Lindsey Graham's would be, but this is a close second. And then I'm just going to assume the majority of the GOP have a Grindr account. Well, all right then. Well, all right.
Yeah, I think it just goes all the way up to the wall.
What was it? Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer
for ours too.
aired out Lindsey Graham before they even asked her a question.
Why do you
I
leave
wonder if
the
she
jitsu when
starts
you go
her
back to
conversations
that
like that. The witness. Several of President Trump's staff have told me in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. The response, hold on, Miss Loomer, there's no question. Hey, Laura, I'm glad you made it. How was traffic? Lindsey Graham is gay. Well, given your complicity in keeping the Epstein files under wraps, I'm sure people will be quite responsible with this information.
I actually think we're good. Let's give it a shot. We'll go to our little test, our little tester. Reload the map. And see how this baby feels. Look, we can go in the pod. All right.
A for creativity on that one. And yeah, that was
it's a little bit weird having
that was solid. The kids are all right. I can say the kids are all right.
That's kind of how they have it by default. And then you can go here if you want to make it look like
I remember the whole signal thing. I remember that. Speaker Mike Johnson allegedly accidentally added himself to a signal group called Grindr Boys. Just be glad you didn't invite a reporter from the Atlantic into that particular signal chat. Yeah, I remember that one.
Make it easier to move around.
And I remember the other one. Mike Johnson and his wife Kelly met at a gay to straight conversion camp. The appropriately named Rep Johnson shares an app with his son.
Okay, y'all, where are y'all at with this? Where are you at with that? Mike Johnson, let's just say allegedly, met his wife at a gay conversion thing. Now, are they there as speakers? A gay to straight conversion camp? I gave him his corsage. Oh, so were they? I think they were there propagandizing. Because I was going to say, if you meet your husband at a gay convert, then it's on you when he turns out to be closeted. It really is. I mean, because that's sort of like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of should have known there may have been, he may have had different preferences at that point. But, I guess if he's there doing the propagandizing, then I guess you just think you found a great man of God on fire for the Lord or whatever. Sounds so erotic. Definitely understand how that turns people on.
To keep them both from searching for gay and hookups. Mikey's son was busted on Grindr, and the Secret Service told Johnson to clean it up. Point of fact, every time there's a Republican convention, the Grindr app blows up in the hosting city. This is the party of hypocrites and fools in denial. Well, that's true, because we saw that happen in Arizona with the Charlie Kirk Memorial. And then we also saw that happen with the RNC. So that is a point of fact. As far as you meeting your wife at gay conversion.
Yeah, let's try that.
It don't seem like that worked. That's true. It don't seem like that worked. And in fact, I might use that if I were the Democrats to refute
what up, PC?
that kind of ideology. I don't know why you would push that if you understand its futility. I mean, it seems to be a waste of taxpayer money. That is waste, fraud, and abuse, Mike Johnson. That is waste, fraud, and abuse.
Oh, what is going on? Oh,
this one's just like those?
I got to do the wall.
Well, it's a little different because
got to do the wall.
This one actually has somebody out here putting a face on it.
What's going on with this table? I thought I put.
And also, he released messages. What luxurious hair you have. That's how we gonna start. What look?
Yeah, apparently they're gone. All right.
See, I would take that as
evidence
that this is fake.
That bucket's a problem?
If it was anybody other than Mike Johnson, because that does kind of seem like the kind of thing that's the kind of off-putting comment that I can't disqualify from him. Thank you. I would return the favor in giving you a compliment, but I don't know what you look like. Are you in town for a couple of days visiting DC? Yes, I am. Are you offering me a tour? I can give you one. I have a few contacts. We can go to the Dabney for dinner and then back to my place. And wow, I don't even have pearls and they're clutched. They're clutched.
I'm gonna really let him have it. Show him my stuff. Give that man everything I got.
Pause.
Pause. Pause what?
That was within like 5 messages. I mean, that's what we doing? No wonder that didn't work for me. I'm trying to have regular conversation.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm talking about the game and everything. Oh, straightforward, I see, LOL,
Introducing
especially
myself,
from a man who
trying
won't
to
show
learn
his
about
face.
hobbies.
Very discreet here with a
What
few
you have
kids,
planned
not
this
trying to mess
weekend?
up my situation. Oh, and there we have a selfie. What time should I pick you up from your hotel? I don't know, Mike. Because they had your picture. They had, you think he sent a picture of somebody else? Well, here's the question. If you were going to send a picture of somebody else to hook up, would you choose Mike Johnson? I know. Would you choose Mike Johnson to send to somebody else?
Illegal aliens,
I just
illegal
wanted you to think I
aliens,
was hot
illegal
like Mike
aliens,
Johnson.
illegal aliens, taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens, illegal aliens.
Oh, so you want to blame illegal aliens? Okay, that's what we do. You want to do the MAGA thing and blame illegal aliens. Was it illegal aliens that allegedly set up that phone where you had the Grindr app right next to Covenant Eyes?
Oh, the internet is buzzing after a viral moment involving House Speaker
All right,
Mike
let's save
Johnson
it.
and his phone setup.
Let's
A
go
recent
live.
video revealed Johnson's
See what
phone
it does.
displaying the Covenant Eyes app, software designed for porn accountability,
Porn
right next to the
accountability.
dating app Grindr. This unexpected pairing has sparked fire.
Bro, man had his Grindr app and his Covenant Eyes probably just chilling right next to each other, right as he, I guess does his little face or his little fingerprint or whatever, and then he's just, I'm going to grab something to eat real quick. Let me let y'all in on the podcast real quick. I will be back in a flash.
Storm of reactions online with users questioning the implications of such apps coexisting on the device of one of the most conservative figures in U.S. politics. And, oh man, Covenant Eyes is an app, used for monitoring and restricting access to explicit content, often promoted in religious and conservative circles. Johnson has been a vocal advocate for it, even using an affiliate link to promote subscriptions. And then the appearance of Grindr, a popular LGBTQ plus dating app, has raised eyebrows given Johnson's long history of anti-LGBTQ plus rhetoric and policies. Critics are calling out the apparent contradiction. But in my opinion, if he's gay, he's gay. Like, listen, be who you are, man. But, stop working against the people who you are trying to attract. It just doesn't work that way.
Now, he was definitely right to talk about all the things you've done to suppress gays, like that time that you once wrote in support of the criminalization of gay sex, or being a board member of a Christian publishing house that called monkeypox a penalty for being gay, or your wife founding a company that equated being gay with bestiality and incest, or the years that you have spent fighting against gay rights. And the irony being, people wondered whether or not you yourself were involved in gay relationships in college. Yes, this goes very, very deep when it comes to you pressing the LGBTQ community.
yeah,
Granted,
I like this.
it would be perfectly fine if, in fact, you were gay. In fact, Debo is
That's
gay.
a little weird, but
Scott Bassett
it's up to people
is
if they wanna
gay.
do that if they
And
want.
that has not only not stopped him from rising through the administration, but it also hasn't stopped him from terrifying everybody else who's in the administration. That's all perfectly fine. It's perpetrating the fraud. That is what we are discussing here. Oh, we got an update?
Okay, it's Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 at about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In consultation with close friends, family, and my attorney, we have decided the following steps are necessary. Any and all materials in my possession related to this matter have now been turned over to a trusted media authority, an investigative journalist who will then vet the information and report as necessary.
Oh, yes.
Any and
Oh,
all
I'm here
copies
for
of
it.
this information that were in my possession are now out of my possession and have been turned over to several different sources.
Oh.
If anything should happen to me,
Oh.
this will trigger those sources to release that information as well.
Wait. Can they release it anyway, though?
This is hard. This is something I never planned on. Obviously, it got the attention it did. TikTok has put an account ban warning on my account and taken down that video. So I'm
it's out
keeping you
there.
updated,
Don't worry, the streets
as
got it.
many people have asked me to do. I am not backing down. This is democracy.
What an asshat.
Democracy will prevail. They may get me in the short term, but in the long term, democracy will prevail. Now is the time for us to stand up and speak out for
All right, let's
what
see.
is right.
All right, yeah, fix
They
that.
can remove my videos, they can silence me. It's your
Much
turn.
better.
Please stand up for what's right. Get loud.
guess we can get
Civil
trapped in here, that's
disobedience
fine, I
may
guess.
be the answer here. The best thing you can do, and people have asked me this, is to go to the link in my BIO and help my legal defense fund. This is going to be very expensive, and lawyers like to get paid. This is
They
in
sure
no
do.
way any type of a grift situation. I need to pay attorneys. And if you can so do, please do. And if you can't, please share out that link. This is our democracy. We need to stand up for what's right and what's good.
All right,
And defeat
looks good,
this
looks
evil
good.
regime.
I'm happy with it.
Why does it feel like I'm in some sort of action
it's working
suspense thriller? He like, if anything will happen to me, that will trigger the release of it. I was like, that's like
Yeah, they
like
do that
action
shit.
movie
They do
stuff
it.
that goes on right
Yeah.
there. As far as this is the time to stand up.
All right, let's make sure we square.
It's funny. I
somewhere.
had just
Then we'll just
posted a
delete
similar
these.
thing from AOC talking about standing up to authoritarianism with regards to the whole shutdown. Now, as far as your method of standing up, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, because I am somebody that has said many times that I am against the screenshot. I am against the screenshot, and I am against the secret recording. In general, I am against that just on general principle.
But
you also shouldn't be pressing a group that you belong to,
You know what I'm
or
saying?
one that you could understand. You shouldn't be pressing them, period. You shouldn't be pressing them, period. But it's the amount of times that we have seen right-wingers and conservatives aired out for not living their truth and exposed for living a lifestyle that they have built a career trying to demean, and in some cases, even prosecute. So, I don't know. Oh, we got another update?
And if you're going to listen to this video, please listen
all
in
right,
its
so we
entirety.
stamped it there because that one's the same
Okay.
orientation. Then we flip.
I would refer to my video
we flip, and then we take care of
yesterday.
the other two pods.
when I told you that I had provided this information to my legal team, and it was then provided to a trusted
All right, now let's lock
media
that down
outlet.
ASAP.
I no longer have this
And give
information
that a
in my
shot.
possession. It
Man,
is
we're
in
getting
several
close. This is
sources'
awesome. This
hands.
feels like starting to
This
do the
media
finishing
outlet
touches.
is vetting this
Although we've got a couple
information
more rooms to build.
and will report on it. I legally cannot post anything on here now.
All right, cool.
That is the advice of my attorneys.
Nope.
I am not protected by any
Something not
type
right
of
there.
journalistic law
Oh, did I reset it?
for
Maybe I didn't reset
defamation
it.
or anything like that. I cannot release these files on here. I simply can't.
Oh, wait, y'all, I'm not even showing y'all the screen. What is going on?
The
Sorry.
sheer amount
I apologize.
of death threats do something to a person.
Ooh.
I'm nervous. I'm
Yeah, I
very
bet.
frightened for my life right now. They're coming from everywhere, and
Oh,
they're
yeah,
graphic.
we're good. There we go.
And
There we go.
I've lost my representation. I've lost every job that I had lined up. For safety reasons, obviously, my management and agent can't send me out on auditions right now because it's too hot. I'm still in hiding. I've been watching cameras at my residence, and I don't know how people are finding out where that is. But I'm not in that area. I'm in a different state completely. So I thank you. I know this is not what you were hoping to hear today, but rest assured this information will be out. I haven't stopped shaking in 3 days. I know there are consequences to words. And that's what I'm figuring out with my attorneys right now. This has been a lot. Thank you for the kind words and the messages of encouragement, and to the people who have donated to help me fight. They will try to silence you as they've tried to silence me. They will come for you. I found that out. Be safe out there.
Wow. That is deep. That is a whole lot. I don't know if he's going, you might maybe ask one of those friends to continue the conversation, like almost like a relay. Like I like track, nice little, you know what I mean? Nice little, oh, you got somebody.
So PolitiFact messaged me inquiring about the Mike Johnson Grindr conversation. And they wanted to verify that this was a true story. And they asked to speak directly to the person who was making these claims. And so I messaged the person and I said, PolitiFact wants to message you. Do you want to talk to them? Well, he said no. Obviously, he wants to remain anonymous. The only reason why he shared it with me is because he's been following me and he trusts me. So I told them that he said he's not willing to do that. And PolitiFact went through with the story and claimed that there's no truth to it and it's a false story because the picture that he shared was from March 5th, 2025. And so then I reached back out to the person and I said, hey, they're saying that this picture was from March 5th, 2025. What gives? And he responded and said, no. This picture was from 2023. And he sent me an uncropped version of the conversation with the date. And it checks out. That picture was sent in 2023. So he was having this conversation on Grindr with Mike Johnson, allegedly, in 2023, which was before Mike Johnson became Speaker of the House. This is another argument that PolitiFact is making, that why would the Speaker of the House be sharing his picture and be meeting at a public place and blah, blah, blah. This was before he was Speaker of the House. Case closed.
Well, okay then. Okay. Let me find out PolitiFact out here not crossing their T's and dotting their I's. What has America come to? Not compromise media. That would be crazy. like TikTok.
Oh, well, the TikTok police are on it today because I got a video, literally video taken down for me saying that Mike Johnson did not swear in the Arizona congresswoman. Therefore, there's a fella that's going to release his Grindr profile, and I am here for it. And I got a community guidelines violation and an account strike. And yes, my appeal was denied. So apparently, this app is so bought that even Mike Johnson is now unsafe. You cannot talk about him and his Grindr profile. Fuck you, you fucking maggots, you weak ass fucking little bitches that cannot handle the truth. I love this. I love this for Mikey so much. I love this. I understand that apparently the information has now been given to somebody else. So his attorneys have advised him that he shouldn't be the one to release the Grindr profile, but it's there. And TikTok is a big app. And honestly, the video is going viral. That's why it got taken down. Because apparently those maggots just have the thinnest fucking foreskin.
Hey, do you remember I shared a video from a user called Razzle Dazzle Mo who was saying that he had evidence of Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, having a Grindr account and IP captures that proved that it was him and that he would release it if Mike Johnson didn't swear in the newly elected official who would be the deciding signature to release the Epstein files, which seems to be the reason Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear her in. Yeah, that video is gone. His video, my video, anyone who duetted it, it's gone. And I got a community guidelines violation for that. What was the violation? Like, which of the community guidelines did I violate? Just community guidelines, which is what a moderator does on here when they can't articulate what the problem is, but they were just told to get rid of something. So they did. That video still exists on my Instagram, on my YouTube, on Twitter. It's still out there.
All right,
and that guy did release an update yesterday. It's the video just before this one. So if you don't know what's going on, please check that out because I find it real interesting that that's trying to be scrubbed from the TikToks.
Now, as far as media is concerned, I would love to point you to the video that I did all about Disney and them catching a boycott while you have so many outlets just free and open about the right-wing slant and lens through which everything is being processed. And thank you for that.
We're gonna finish the game room. Let's do that real quick.
Really solid job. In fact, I think half of the stuff that I use in this video, I had to log into my account to view because it was being actively suppressed. That is a true story. And while we're talking about active suppression, here's something you might be interested in, TikTok. The whole point of all of this was to swear in and seat Representative Grijalva, who at the end of the day is still waiting for Mike Johnson to do his job.
It is day 2 here in DC. Look at me. I'm surrounded by all of these beautiful structures, these beautiful people, all here to work. And am I sworn in yet? No. Do I know when I'm going to get sworn in? No. Speaker Johnson has left the building. And unfortunately, what that means for us is Southern Arizona does not have a voice here to advocate for you.
Republicans.
You also don't have services in district. I need to get sworn in order for that to happen. Every day that I am here without being sworn in, Southern Arizona loses. Reach out to Speaker Johnson. Let him know that I need to get sworn in.
So if there's anything that we have, in fact, learned here, it is certainly what the tripwires are on right-wing social media over there on TikTok. And we have also learned that it is possible for them to actively engage in vote suppression by virtue of how they are treating the citizens of Arizona and their duly elected representatives. And if this can throw some more attention to that, then I would appreciate it. So, Oh, the black gays want to weigh in?
Okay, seriously, but for threatening Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, to release his Grindr
and we don't put the entertainment
address?
system in here too.
Okay, so the gays
created
have
a
come out
layer for
swinging.
it.
The gays are playing hardball. So basically, this man came out, made a whole video letting Speaker of the House Mike Johnson know that if he did not swear in our new Democratic candidate, so that way we can get these 218 votes on releasing these Epstein files, that he was gonna release his Grindr ID and IP address. Baby, life cannot be more fucking comical at this point. This could not be more fucking hilarious if I couldn't write this type of
Y'all know we here
I
for
just
this
can't.
shit.
I don't think fucking Cisco and Ebert would be able to watch this show and rate this motherfucker thumbs down because it's too good. It's too good. It's like a horror film, right?
It is a horror film. Let's be real.
But then it's also like a horror comedy, like a rom-com.
Don't Look Up, yeah.
But like a horror
Dark
comedy.
humor, yeah.
I don't know. You put that shit together. I wonder what type of man Mike Johnson is into. Probably Asian or something. No, can you see him with the big BBC? I don't know. It just seemed very unlikely that he into like other white men. I just don't see that. I don't really see that. But I bet it involves some rough play and some heavy petting. You know, he give me ball gag. He give me harness boots. But you know what, little guys like him be like, they be giving them dominatrix vibes where, you know, you want to be whipped and put on a collar and call the spot. Like, I can
where
see
do I put
Mike
this?
Johnson in
No,
all types of weird ass situations and positions. He one of them people that be like, step on my cubes, yeah! Stab me in the back with a fork.
I can't weigh in on none of that. Nah, I don't. I can't. I got nothing. Nah. I didn't even bring my wallet. No, I just came to browse. I can't. I'm just looking. I'm just here waiting for my friend. They'll be here in a second. Yeah. I could wait outside if you prefer. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. You know what? September was a month to remember. The highest views we've seen all year. I know. September. Do you remember when it was like September? Huh? Do I know the lyrics? I don't even think they know the lyrics. Wrong. And they told me September was a low month for YouTube. You know, kids are going back to school, parents are getting back into the swing of work. Not on my channel. It's for that reason I'm always going to remember September.
That's my mom's favorite song.
My anniversary was in September.
Whoops.
It was, wasn't it? I'm gonna have to get rid of this section. As I was saying, September, what a beautiful time for love.
Wait, what? What the hell is this?
It's also a beautiful time for merch, for that special someone in your life. I have seen your questions about the merch link, and it is up at reesewaters.com. However, we are undergoing some changes as we're in the process of getting it linked directly to the YouTube. So pretty soon you'll be able to see the merch right there on my page. So be on the lookout for that. And while we're talking merch, I want to send a shout out to Tracy, who sent us this dope photo and her discouraged, depleted, but never defeated t-shirt. And I also want to give a quick shout out and a happy birthday to Melva and to her daughter, as well as my man Dwight and Daryl over at the barbershop. And yeah, you can tell I just came from the barbershop because I'm shooting during the daytime.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to see that, just all the crisp I want you to see, because when I get fuzzy, I start shooting at night.
Thing.
And then once I pass 2 weeks, I just become a faceless channel.
Interesting.
All right. We're going for the blue rug. I don't know where it is. There's the seating thing. I don't think it's here. I think it's in the office. Modern office. Yeah, I could put. I could put some more.
Trump
plants
said
around.
that
It's a good
Chicago's
idea.
next up in
There's a lot
this
of them
performance
on the
art by the administration. I shouldn't be so flippant about
regular
it.
maps.
He's testing the boundaries in his authoritarian takeover, but like, there's nothing that these National Guardsmen are doing that
All right, let's go find these
is
damn rugs.
beyond like just the intimidation factor and the aesthetic of fascism. Like that, there's nothing to address.
Oh my goodness!
Except
what the hell
for
is
Donald
that?
Trump wants to see how far he can go.
Yeah, all the justifications are hysterical hyperventilations just for
What?
politics. The same thing about
Oh,
the
no.
supposed border crisis. And which, like, to the extent that it is like overwhelming and a
Or is
huge
this a
problem, is
layer
because
thing?
we've caused people to be displaced, and also we've decided
Oh,
to
yeah, the
stop
walls are
taking
missing.
asylum seekers from those countries that we've, distressed.
And the Washington Post reported that the Pentagon has been preparing for a military
All right, what am I
deployment to
doing? Oh, I'm
Chicago
trying
for
to
weeks at this point.
find-
We mentioned how Trump is targeting
Oh, I already put the rug down. I
high-profile
put the
civil
rug down in the
servants,
whole room
oftentimes
this time.
the first like black woman in one particular role. I know that was the case with the
So that it's like the whole
Librarian of
room's
Congress,
carpeted.
but
Let me
also
see.
in his attempted firing or announced
Yeah,
firing of
okay.
Lisa Cook. Although, as we said, he's prevented from doing that statutorily. We'll see how that legal fight plays out. But Trump reiterated his desire after announcing this to do this yesterday at the White House. This is when he was signing his executive orders on cashless bail and crime. And was this also the flag burning one?
Yep.
Okay, I mean, for all the...
An anti-atheism.
It's like a book signing.
Yeah, I know.
Just executive
Hand him over.
order.
Okay, keep him going. We'll play this from the beginning where you see what this process is like for his sycophants to
All right,
hand
but
the
hang on.
dear
We're not
leader the
gonna.
people.
We have some other more. I don't know. We're talking about this dumbass.
Trump.
Here's a right wing. This is some
And
right
we'll start with our
winger
featured
reacting to
Very similar, along a very
Nick
similar
Fuentes.
line of argument
Charlie
here.
Kirk shit.
Our featured story tonight, we're talking all about the recently unveiled letter from Charlie Kirk to Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, I want to say at the outset, we don't know if this is the real letter.
Where's the rug I'm looking for?
Okay. Full disclosure.
Oh,
We
I like
are
this
being
one.
told by the New York Post that they have obtained the letter. We don't know where they got it from. There is no date on the letter, but it is being presented to us as the letter. Now, if anybody is aware of the existence of a different letter, like Candace Owens, then she should contribute the information that is relevant to the public discourse. But until or unless that happens, this is what we have to work with. And we have no reason necessarily to believe that this is a phony letter. If the letter is phony, clearly Candace Owens has a copy of it because she said that if the letter is misrepresented, that she would come out and say something. So I would encourage her to come forward with her version
what
of
I'm
it
doing
if
here,
such a
yo.
thing exists. Unless that happens or until that happens, this is what we have to go by. And what letter am I talking about? Well, about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
after the
these
assassination
rugs
of
always
Charlie
look
Kirk,
weird.
of course, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, went on television
There's
and
a way to put them together. I don't know what it is.
to support his claim that Charlie Kirk
I don't think I care.
was
I
a
don't think I
supporter
want it.
of Israel until he died, something which is being questioned,
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave
something
it.
which has
I
been
don't want a rug on top of a
scrutinized over the
rug.
past several weeks. Netanyahu held up a physical copy of the letter which Charlie Kirk allegedly sent to Netanyahu in May.
Just
And
don't
he
know why
said,
they don't
Charlie Kirk
print,
sent
like,
me a
normal
letter
shit. Let
and
me
I
see.
invited him to Israel. And he said this to prove that Charlie Kirk remained a supporter of Israel until his death.
Yeah, I want something like that. But this
Ever
guy
since
believes
Charlie
it.
Kirk died, people online, people like Tucker Carlson, Max Blumenthal, Candace Owens in particular, have insinuated that they are aware of some private epiphany that although Charlie Kirk supported Israel his entire life, his entire professional career, publicly until his death,
Yeah, oh, it's like when
they
it gets
claim
to
that
be more than
privately
one. these
Charlie
look
Kirk
weird.
was evolving on the issue.
And this is very important what Nick just said here, because it is true. You can even find it online. Like Charlie
It's
Kirk
so
was very
weird.
pro-Israel. Like I think he even kissed the wall, but correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but he went twice to Israel.
All right,
And
I'll deal
it's
with
not
that
like
later. It's
it
not
is a
important
fact that he
detail.
was very pro-Israel, but
Let's get that
the
seat thing going.
moment, and this is very important, the moment he was like changing his mind and he was having like a different opinion about the whole Israel-Gaza conflict, exactly at this moment, like when he was like changing his vision about like should I still be like so pro-Israel, and exactly when he was changing his mind, look what happened to him. That's kind of weird, right? And I'm not saying like who is responsible for this, but it's weird that the moment Charlie Kirk was like changing his mind about the whole conflict between Israel and Gaza, and he is a powerful man, and like he had a lot of like followers, so
What
he is
makes
kind
people
of
think
powerful.
this is
And the
such
moment when he
weird?
is changing his mind, when he changed his mind, he became less pro-Israel. Long story short, this happened to him. That's kind of a weird, right? Kind of suspicious, if you ask me.
They claim that Charlie's Jewish pro-Israel donors were furious with him. There
All
was
right, let's
tension,
do.
maybe outright hostility. They believed that he was anti-Semitic. They believed that he wasn't doing enough to support Israel. Charlie Kirk was clearly frustrated by those accusations. He maintained that he is pro-Israel, but that because he was insufficiently pro-Israel, in other words, he wasn't pro-Israel enough, that they were very aggressive towards him, which he did not like, and he felt that they were ungrateful for his prior support. So this is the narrative, of course, that's been going around. And for that reason, people are implicating Israel in his assassination. The narrative goes something like this. They say that Charlie Kirk was becoming one of the most powerful conservatives in America. And he was empowered in that way by pro-Israel Jewish donors. They lavished his organization, Turning Point, with millions of dollars. And they frequently collaborated on birthright trips, sponsored trips to Israel, and Turning Point USA, as well as Charlie Kirk, were extremely publicly pro-Israel and vocally pro-Israel in conservative politics. The argument goes
like that.
in the aftermath of Israel's war in Gaza,
I placed it pretty
their
close
push
too.
for America to enter the war in Iran, the
Yeah,
disclosure
that's
on
good.
Jeffrey Epstein and his
Looks
involvement
like
with
there's
Israeli
two tiles
intelligence,
between.
that Charlie Kirk was beginning to change
Yeah,
his
two
mind.
tiles between. All right.
And the argument goes
And then
that
I gotta find
Israel
that
was
little
so
table.
threatened by the prospect that such a powerful person, formerly a client of theirs, would turn against them, that they had to
there's a
eliminate
table
him.
too.
He would pose too great of a threat. Running the youth organization for the right wing, being a potential presidential candidate, having the ear of Trump, and of course, seeing it as a great betrayal of his former
Let's go with the
patrons.
darker one, I guess.
They said it was unacceptable to let him continue living, so
Nope.
they publicly executed him, not only to silence him, but also to send a message to everybody else and chill any Israel critical speech on the right wing. That's the argument. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu came out very quickly and said, that's not true because I have this letter. The same day, Candace Owens, who is a proponent of that aforementioned theory, Candace Owens came out and said Netanyahu is misrepresenting the letter. He claims the letter indicates that Charlie Kirk was pro-Israel, that it was a friendly letter, that it expressed support, that the sentiment of the letter was pro-Israel.
It so clearly was. What?
Candace implies
What are
that
we
Netanyahu
doing?
is misrepresenting the actual substance or tone of the letter and is completely distorting the sentiment
All
or
right,
the
cool,
meaning
cool,
of
cool.
it.
That looks good.
She seemed to imply that
And
the
I
letter
think
was
I
critical of Israel or
can
anti-Israel, or maybe
put a potted plant
foreshadowing
on here, like
that
PC was
Charlie Kirk
saying.
would one day turn on Israel.
Oh, it had
So,
this little floral
After
thing
Netanyahu
going.
held up the letter, she
I guess that
said,
kinda counts.
if you keep saying that, I will reveal the letter.
Why is she not
Since
like
we have the other
revealing the
plans
letter? Like
elsewhere.
it's easier for us. Like why? And same goes for Netanyahu. Like if he is like if it was like if Charlie was
right,
like so
looking good.
pro-Israel, bro, just show us the letter. Like, why is it so shady that it's
I low-key
it's
want to
kind
put a
of weird,
ping
right?
pong
Like
table.
everyone
Oh,
says,
you
oh,
know
we
what? It
have a
had the
letter
seats
here,
in here.
and Charlie said this
Like
about us,
for
Charlie said
playing
this
video
about
games.
Israel.
Okay,
Why
that's
are they
fine,
not
'cause the
showing
ping
this
pong
letter?
tables are
That's kind of
outside.
suspicious, right? And it's just like, until we haven't seen this whole letter, I don't believe anyone. I don't believe
Gotta go
I
with the
don't believe
sky
Candace
blue.
Owens. I don't believe
It's our
Netanyahu.
school colors.
But so this is just complete nonsense. Like, we're debating about a letter and no one has any idea what's inside the whole letter. But I know, and this is just my opinion,
Here we go.
it's kind of suspicious that Charlie was so pro-Israel, and he was, believe me, you can find it online. He had like more videos. He was defending Israel over and over again. But the moment he changed his
We'll
vision,
leave it with 2.
look what happened to him. That is it a coincidence? Is it maybe like something else? Like,
So that's more or less
just
done.
think about it. Like, it's
At least to get it like it
crazy.
was.
It's so crazy.
Well, she never did. It's been 3 weeks. She has not shown us the letter. She has not told us anything in it. She has not told us the contents of the letter, the tone of the letter. She has not given us a copy of it. She has confirmed its existence. The existence of such a letter is not in dispute, but we have gotten nothing from her. So that leads us to believe that either she was lying and does not actually have the letter,
Oh.
or she is withholding the letter for some reason. I can't imagine why. If the letter contained evidence that Charlie Kirk was turning against Israel, then surely that would be relevant and of extreme public import.
I think the way
Because
to do this
that
is
would
like
be
this,
written,
maybe?
hard evidence that Charlie Kirk was against Israel, and that would give us some evidence as to a motive of why the Israeli government might want to take him out. So either she never had it and she lied, and all she knew about the letter was hearsay, and she exaggerated what she
Oh,
knew
these are
about
like
it,
the
but
shorter
either didn't
ones.
have it
That
or
look better
maybe
for
didn't
that.
exactly know what was in it.
But we
And
want
that's why
blue.
she falsely called Netanyahu a liar, or she's withholding it for some reason, in which case I would say, and I reiterate, I don't know why people are telling me I'm covering things up. I'm doing the opposite. I want to put the pressure on Candace Owens. Give us all of the evidence that you have.
Exactly. Like,
That's weird.
why is it so hard to like show us this letter? It makes it more suspicious, in my opinion. Like, for real, if she has like this evidence, just show us. Where do they work, or where is she worrying about? Like what's the problem? Why is she hiding it?
Nah,
like
don't like it
if
in
like
here.
I'm
Keep
so
them outside.
confused. Like, these people, they talk like tough. Oh, I have a letter and it says this. Okay, show us then. Show us then, because otherwise it's just your words. And like,
All right.
and this is just me.
That's
Like,
good.
but I'm not
Let's
believing
check out this
anyone until I
bathroom.
haven't until I have seen it. I want to see it first and then talk about it. Not like talk about it without letting me see it. And excuse me for my English. I know it's not the best. I will work on it, but you
Yeah,
probably get
our
the point.
room's looking more or less. Oh, I
Just
didn't put the
release the
clock on
letter.
the
I want to
wall.
see it.
I guess I
Like,
could do
seriously,
that.
and more
Clock
people want to
seems
see
pretty
it instead of
functional.
like talking and talking about it. Like, it's just a waste of time. Or there is no letter. That's what I think.
Yeah. There
If
was a
Israel
bathroom up
killed
here.
Charlie Kirk, then like
Oh,
we
yeah,
need
there's
to
really
go to
nothing
war
in
with
here.
Israel.
Yeah.
If a foreign government assassinated a powerful American on
Yeah, I
U.S.
think ours is
soil
about that
because
build.
he opposed America's entry into their war, everyone needs to know that.
Sink,
The public
mirror,
needs to know that. The
toilet
government
paper,
needs to know
toilet.
that. And if the government is engaged in a cover-up, then
Sink,
the public needs to
mirror,
know
toilet
to
paper,
expose the
toilet. We already
cover-up.
switched the toilet around, so it's already custom
So,
looking.
I am once again reiterating,
Pettiness
I
satisfied.
implore
Let's
Candace
go.
Owens, if you have
We'll
a
do all this
copy of
kind
the
of
letter,
hallway
a
stuff
different version of the
at the
letter,
end,
or maybe it's this
like all
letter,
this extra stuff.
you have to release it immediately.
We want to get the main
Because
areas first. All right,
the
this
public
one
will
we'll
move
put a
on
sectional in
from this.
here. A little quiet sitting area.
The further we get from the assassination, the
Work
less
on my
public
sectional
interest, the less
skills.
public pressure. And if there is some cover up, the more they will be able to cover up their tracks or produce misinformation or
4 sections,
disinformation.
so I count how many sections, and
So
then we
if
got
you
to
have
build
a
it.
copy of the letter, which is not this letter, then you have to release it. We need to see it. I need to see it. The public needs to see it. The world needs to see it. Now, with that being said, Today, the New York Post released what they are claiming is the letter. We have no reason to believe that this is some fabrication. From reading it, it sounds like Charlie Kirk. It sounds like it would be hard to forge this.
So like this.
There are certain details in the letter, the tone of the letter. It's sort of a strange tone if it was a fabrication.
Since it's 4 deep, you add the back
What's
there.
More, the New York Post is a pro-Israel publication. If Netanyahu has a copy of the letter, then surely, and if it exonerates him, it would find its way in the front page of the New York
I'm an
Post.
idiot.
If there's a different version of it, then Candace can really blow the lid on the whole thing. If they are putting out a false version of the letter, and they know that other people have it, someone like Candace Owens, then this would be really shooting themselves in the foot. Because if an alternative version of the letter were produced, and it made them out to be liars, then it would not only prove that they had a motive to kill Charlie Kirk, it would actually prove that they're fabricating evidence for their cover-up. So if they produced a fabricated letter, knowing that Candace has the real one,
sectional,
I think that would backfire. That would be shooting themselves in the foot tremendously. It would be easily disprovable and catastrophically such. Not only would it destroy their credibility, but it would actually prove they're covering it up. So anyway, those are my qualifications for what we're about to talk about, because it is important when we talk about the evidence. You know, we have to talk about how we acquired the evidence and where it comes from and the logic behind it. Like I said, the New York Post published the letter in full. It is 7 pages. It is dated from early May 2025. It is a letter from Charlie Kirk to Bibi Netanyahu.
All right, sorry, he's going to read a part of the letter, so don't worry. I will show it, of course. But I want to say, do you trust the New York Post? Do you trust Candace Owens? Do you trust Bibi Netanyahu? Because I will speak for myself. I don't trust any of them. Not one of them. Like I think this is all just like a cover up. It's like just like an counter offensive from like, oh, I probably cannot mention it here, but like, if you think what I said before, that it's kind of weird that Charlie Kirk died so suddenly, some people, they want to cover this up, right? So I don't trust this, and I would not even be surprised if Candace Owens worked for.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find like.
Of course, helping those people to cover this. I
want it for the
because,
casino,
like, seriously,
too.
I don't trust any of it. Like, the only one I almost trust now is Nick. But like, let's continue.
Multiplayer?
This is what the New York Post says about the letter. It
We'll
says,
have to look into this seriously because I want to
Charlie
find.
Kirk
I gotta
wrote
make
to
sure it's
Netanyahu
multiplayer.
in this May 2nd missive that he was alarmed by anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends
All right, let me
hitting
stay on
record
task.
levels on
Oh, we're
social
building
media.
my sectional. Okay.
Because one of his greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization.
Let's put a
It
painting
says
in here
Netanyahu
too.
first mentioned the letter in a September 18th video address, 8 days after Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, to dispute monstrous falsehoods that Israel was somehow behind the killing. Right-wing pundit Candace Owens and others have claimed that Kirk was being blackmailed into making firm defenses of Israel in public, while privately questioning U.S. support for the Jewish state. Bill Ackman later published private text messages disputing that characterization. And by the way, those text messages have not been disputed. As far as we are aware, those are real. Now, this is the letter. I'm going to read it to you. I took some liberties with it. You can find the entire thing. It's on the New York Post website, and multiple people have tweeted it. But I will read to you the most important parts. I kept most of it in here. I'm going to read to you most of the letter. This is Charlie Kirk to Benjamin Netanyahu on May 2nd, 2025. He writes, "One of my greatest joys as a Christian is advocating for Israel and forming alliances with Jews in the fight to protect Judeo-Christian civilization. Most recently, I am proud to have taken over Ambassador Huckabee's show on TBN, where we continually support Israel and the Jewish people. As Mohammedanism spreads into Western societies, it is critical that Jews and Christians stay united in the effort to contain and roll back radical Islam and Sharia law. I regret to report that anti-Israel and anti-Semitic trends are at record levels on social media. My team and I have spent months analyzing these trends and debating ideas that could help you and your country push back against these disturbing developments. Anti-Israel sentiment can undermine American support
I can't wait to
for
start
Israel.
making more like homie spaces.
Wouldn't want to do that. The purpose of this letter is to
many
lay
big
out
tiles in here.
our concerns and outline potential remedies. Everything written here is from a place of deep love for Israel and the Jewish people. I think it's important to be brutally honest.
Robin, it's like Dumb and
love.
Dumber.
It's tough love.
But I just wanted to check it out because I loved the cope of everybody trying to like rewrite history on Charlie Kirk. And this letter is the most clear, bloviating thing ever. And they're still just like, no, he was secretly turning against Netanyahu. It's like, dude suggested a propaganda news network. And it's just, and it's all the things too, especially for all the sycophants, all the people trying to make Charlie Kirk a saint and all of this type of shit. Of course, it's gonna blow up in their face. But yeah, let's move on to this. This is like a call. It's like from the line. It's like Aaron Ra and Luxander. I don't know, whatevs. Just trying to grind for a little bit on this map.
Hey, hi, Aaron. Hi, Alexander.
All right, it's all right. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm a
What did you
returning
want to talk
caller.
about?
I think I'm a returning caller, and we actually had a conversation
really
before,
good for like
Aaron. And we were discussing the contingency argument. I'm a massive
and stuff.
opponent of the contingency argument. I was just hoping that we could possibly get into a little bit more detail and hash out a bit more.
The contingency argument, that's where whatever exists is contingent on something else, depends on the existence of something else. And so you're looking for the thing that isn't contingent on any other thing. And so if I determine that in a physical universe where there was never nothing, there had to have always been something, therefore dead,
that's why those look
inanimate,
weird.
unthinking matter is material energy. Is the eternal non-contingent thing, then your argument would be that that means that the immaterial matter is your immaterial God?
Aaron, riddle me this, riddle me that. Sorry, we're going to have to break that down. Are you suggesting that...
I got into a discussion with a handful of Muslims who wanted to talk about...
vertical
they were doing this argument, and they wanted, I forget how they phrased it, the primary being, ultimate being, required being, whatever the fuck it was. And they told me that it didn't actually have to be a being, a necessary being. Well, in a material universe, a material universe has to have material.
There's nothing else really in this room.
That's necessary. It's not a material universe without material. And I knew where they were going with this. And so I talked inanimate, unthinking, dead matter. So unthinking, dead matter, they turned into, well, that's a necessary being. That means that you believe in an immaterial, eternal living God.
All right.
Dirt equals God. And it wasn't even dirt. I'm just talking about, like the singularity of, but yeah, essentially dirt equals God. And we've owned you. We got you to admit that dirt is God.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not going to be pursuing that particular line of argument. So, yeah, I mean, perhaps I can break down the contingency argument and just say a series of premises, and then kind of leading to a conclusion, and we can start talking about certain premises or the conclusion from it.
I find something else much more interesting. What do you believe in God? Because it doesn't say here if you're a theist, which it ought to be on here. Yes, it says the last thing and not the first thing. It says I'm a theist. You do not believe because you were 14-year-old rational skeptical science student, and then somebody told you the contingency argument. Well, oh yeah, dirt equals God. That didn't happen. You didn't adopt a belief because of that.
Never mind.
Because that doesn't happen to anybody. That argument never, ever worked. You should stop using it. Why do you believe?
It's an aggregation of arguments, and I've been back and forth. I was a diehard atheist.
Arguments, really? Was there ever a time when somebody told you that a magic invisible man exists and you said, really, prove it, and then they explained it to you with an argument and that convinced you?
Yeah, but it wasn't caricatured as a magical, flying entity.
I realize you wouldn't understand that, of course, the God is a magical anthropomorphic immortal. I get that. But you would think that everything happens because there's some cosmic script writer that makes it all happen?
Again, not to trivialize it in that way.
Well, I don't know how else to present it. It's a ridiculous argument, and I don't have any respect for it. But however you want to phrase it, you think that things happen because
Ooh, it looks
of
kind of nice with the blue and then
cause
the
and
gray
effect,
above.
and then somebody else comes along and says, no,
I like the blue and white
telekinesis
'cause of
from
the
a
jet look.
disembodied
I want stuff to
mind.
look aviation themed.
Whatever,
This actually
however
kinda
you
works.
phrase that you can say, hey, I wish I had $1 million, and you just suddenly find $1 million in your pocket. However this happens, or you think that it happens, what convinced you that it was real?
The reason why I believe in God is an aggregation of arguments such as the contingency argument, the fine-tuning argument, the first cause argument.
All right, it's not
And
the
I think-
wall. Jeez,
No, it
where
isn't.
is that?
Sorry?
Nope.
Oh, it is the wall. Okay. It's
You
a
do not
higher
believe
wall
in God
level?
because of these ridiculous arguments. When every argument when there's not a logically valid argument ever, when all of when either the premises
Oh, it's
are
just
all
on the wall
flawed
level.
and
Oh, no,
the
it's wall
conclusion
one.
is a non sequitur, then those arguments did
it's
not
wall, my
convince you. You already believed because you were raised to believe. There was never a time when you were a science-minded skeptic who knew anything and then was presented with this idea as rational thinking.
That's simply not true. As I mentioned,
That's
before
absolutely
you continue to, as you continue to interrupt, Aaron, which I know you like to do. As I mentioned, I was a diehard atheist throughout the most part of my life.
Yeah, but
The
you're
reason why
lying.
I believed in God is
Diehard
because I was
atheist?
I was
Sure you
I
were.
was intellectually persuaded. Aaron, you have to get into the habit of not cutting off your. I just let you speak for the best part of about 5 minutes, and you just continue to interrupt. So you got to chill out on that.
All right.
Otherwise, we're not having a dialogue. We're having a monologue. So please just keep your rant contained a little bit. Now we can continue to hash it out. I will just make a
I'll
side note
wait
to
till you're
everything.
finished and then yell bollocks.
I will just make a side note to what you're saying. First and foremost, are you suggesting that people who believe in God are somehow devoid of intelligence? They're just intellectually inferior to theists? Is that what you are therefore suggesting?
No, they're deceived.
So for the people
You can
who
also
are
be confused.
So let's just take someone like William Lane Craig, who I would
Oh,
regard as
Lord.
an intellectual in this
Deceive
regard.
and
Would
deceiver.
you say that if he is someone who has arrived at the conclusion that God exists through intellectual inquiry, how
No,
can you
he
say
has
he is
not.
He didn't,
deceived?
and he admitted
goodness. Oh my goodness.
He didn't, and he admitted that.
So
He believes in
William Lane
God
Craig
only
has-
because he wants to. He said, if there was a 1 in a million chance that this could be true, that'd be great. So he's going to say that it is true, even though it's a 1 in a million chance. That's like saying that I won the lottery. I haven't checked my ticket yet, but I know I won the lottery. What? Because I want to believe it. There's a 1 in a million chance. That would be great. So I'm going to believe it. So I'm going to tell everybody that I won the lottery. I haven't checked the ticket. 1 in a million chance. I might have. So I'm going to say it's true. That's William Lane Craig. Completely irrational argument.
There are countless theists. Putting aside William Lane Craig, you can take John Lennox, for example, who are intellectually.
You really want to
persuaded
bring up John Lennox with
by
me? Have you
God.
seen my recent playlist on him?
No.
In the last month, I did 5 or 6 videos on John Lennox, all from one lecture. It took 6 videos or 5 or 6 at least, to tear apart one lecture from him. I was deeply disappointed because I thought he was a celebrated thinker at one time. And then I heard him speak. I'm like, damn, this boy's dumb.
He is. It's so bad. I thought
You
the same
genuinely,
exact
hand on
thing.
heart, think John Lennox is stupid?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And I've got 5 or 6 videos that explain exactly how.
I think he's stupid.
And you regard him as stupid just because of his conviction in believing in God?
No, it's his lack of logic in getting there or being able to find his way out of there.
So, okay, the lack of logic in getting there. Let's just say, for example, Matt Dillahunty had a debate not long ago with Alex O'Connor, who's also an atheist, and they were debating veganism. And in that debate, just let me finish my point. Aaron, just let me finish the point. I know, okay, that's great. Great to hear that you guys are friends.
some better friends.
The general consensus of that debate was that Matt Dillahunty got owned. He got absolutely obliterated. And even though I'm not a vegan, Alex O'Connor was able to intellectually completely destroy Matt Dillahunty in that debate. And that is the general consensus of people who watched the debate as well. Now, do you therefore believe that Matt Dillahunty, because just let me finish. Let me finish the question, Aaron. Do you therefore regard Matt Dillahunty as being stupid because his faculties of logic in this instance of this debate was just so much inferior to Alex O'Connor? Would you therefore say that's the case?
No, I would state it correctly. If the consensus, in fact, was that that Alex O'Connor won the debate, I didn't see the debate. I don't even know what you're talking about. But it is ridiculous and infantile to say that Matt was destroyed or obliterated. If Matt himself is not aware that he even lost the debate, if in fact he lost, then how exactly was he destroyed or obliterated?
He's
still out there. He's still doing his thing. He doesn't even know that he lost. In what sense is that a destruction or obliteration?
The fact that he doesn't know that he lost would probably add credence to the fact that he's stupid going by your logic, right? If the general consensus across the board from people who are spectators, it does, Aaron, it does. You see, the fact is that you are saying that John Lennox is stupid because you are saying, let me finish the point, you are saying that John Lennox is stupid because of his beliefs in God and the reasons that he uses to justify it.
I would like to draw a distinction here. I just want to bring the temperature down ever so slightly. I think that there is a distinction to be made here between Matt Dillahunty and Aaron and I were just talking about how we think the debate is a performance. It's for entertainment. It is not necessarily going to convince anyone. It is not necessarily reflective of anyone's true beliefs or their like any true logical form. It is just entertainment, and there is a winner and a loser. It's a spectator sport, right? So I don't think that's really comparable to then saying like this other person, like that. I might say like I have doubts about their ability to apply critical thinking rather than just say they're stupid. But like I follow the same train of logic here though, which is that like I do genuinely question sometimes people who are believers. And for different reasons do I question where they're coming from. But like, I think that there's a distinction to be drawn there and that those are not comparable.
Okay, well, let me put it this way.
That's a really good point, Alexander. Really good point. So do you therefore disagree with Aaron Ra on this subject? Do you, Alexander, I'm asking you a question. Do you disagree with Aaron Ra that someone like John Lennox is not stupid on the basis that he believes in God?
I don't know anything
said that he was stupid on the basis that he believes in God. I said that his arguments, all of them, were stupid. Watch my 5-part playlist. You'll see every single argument he made was indefensibly stupid.
You are now being dishonest because I asked you the question outright. Do you
I
think
am not being dishonest. I answered the question. Do not accuse me of dishonesty. I said John Lennox's arguments, all of them, are indefensibly stupid.
That is different from saying that John Lennox is stupid, which you have said on tape, on record. You have said that, Aaron. We can even get your cultist chat room to go back through the logs here and see that you have said that on record. Now you are. Yeah. Okay. Don't throw in the red herring, right?
This is what I don't like. I don't like the dishonest misrepresentation that you are using. You want to accuse me of being dishonest because you are dishonest. You want to say things that somebody was destroyed or obliterated who doesn't even know that they lost. How then is he destroyed? He obviously wasn't destroyed.
Oh, I see.
So
they use those tables
language.
out here. Oh, it's a little basketball hoop. That's
I
cute.
will say, if I say that John Lennox is stupid only because absolutely every single argument he makes on this topic is stupid, well, maybe I should just say that his arguments, all of them,
all right,
are
I think
stupid.
the stuff is
and
mostly
maybe
in the
somehow he's
details
not.
later.
I'll allow that
Aaron,
possibility.
Can you just clarify, yes or no? Did you say, probably about 5 minutes ago, that John Lennox is stupid? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Did I just now say that maybe it would be more fair to say that absolutely every single one of his arguments on this topic is stupid, and that maybe it's a possibility that he himself is not?
This is a yes or no question. Aaron Ra, you don't need
Yeah,
to
it's a
answer
yes or
the
no question.
is-
5 minutes ago,
This is like a little
5
tea
minutes
party
ago, I said
setup
that
and then
Linux
a
is
little
stupid,
picnic setup.
and now I'm clarifying that it's possible that maybe Linux himself is not stupid, but absolutely every single argument of his career is.
Great.
Now
Great,
you
we're
evaluate what
making
the
progress.
probabilities of that
admit-
are.
Great. Okay, so we're making progress. So
Okay.
you now admit that John Lennox is not necessarily stupid, but his arguments are stupid. That's the first thing that we
Every
wanted to
single
Aaron,
one of
right?
his arguments in his career is stupid. Yeah.
Right. And you can say that with perfect utility, but to say that John Lennox is stupid is just hateful and
What's
being
the difference?
spiteful, right?
Tell me what the distinction
There's a
is.
crit-
You've
what is
made
the
a
point of
career
drawing a
the same way.
distinction?
arguing stupid
There's a
things
critical
stupidly.
difference, Aaron. Someone can maintain
Cheers,
stupid
gang.
points about any topics, right? Again, Matt Dillahunty in his debate with Alex O'Connor looked like the stupid one when trying to defend the consumption of meat when Alex was trying to defend veganism. But I don't regard Matt Dillahunty as stupid. I would if
When
I
was
was
this
using
debate?
your param.
When was this debate?
I am using.
Can I ask what you have against being mean to people? Like, because it feels like what we're policing right now, and like the reason why it matters so much. Like to say like every single fucking thing you've ever said is stupid versus you are a stupid moron. Like, like what is the difference here? They're both like we're hitting the same point, which is that like the things that you do are stupid. I don't understand
And can I
the
also bring
contention
up
here.
Can I also bring up that my last information was, and I haven't talked to Alex about this, but the last I heard,
All right, gang. I'm actually gonna call it a night because this will take me a while to do, and I feel like I've made really good progress for the night. I wanted to get this map wrapped up, and I feel like now we have all of the rooms done. I just need to do this, like I don't know what I would call this, like the picnic area, the outdoor area, the plaza. I don't know. We'll figure out what to call it. But yeah, I just have to work on this and then sort of like the hallway stuff, which is mostly just filled with decorations. So I'll be back at it tomorrow because I'm hoping to get this live so we can all get in here and then I can like set up the games and all that stuff. Oh, and then we got to do down here. We'll put most of our games down here in little tables. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. And yeah, I'm headed to bed. And I'll be back in our great place to work adventure tomorrow afternoon and plan to finish working on this map. So I might stream. I know not a lot of people watch this, but I don't know. It's been fun. So yeah, love you guys. PC, Robin, everybody else, thanks so much for tuning in. If you check it out later. Yeah, definitely if you like this, leave a comment or like give it a thumbs up because that'll be a pleasant surprise. So appreciate everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope everybody